What's up guys? Today I finally got some springs for the car, so I will be finally adjusting the height of the E36 and it will stop rubbing the fenders. Also, I decided to talk with the guys at BC Racing and we developed even longer stroke kit. That way it has a lot more suspension travel. This will definitely improve the handling on the E36 even more than it is already. I also got these babies right here, which is the Coil Cartridge, aka the shock. So it's like literally the core of everything. And this, you can see, this has some little numbers over here, which is backwards. No, wait. This numbers right over here indicate the model and length and everything of it. So we were calculating and we decided to go with an even longer stroke. So it has a longer piston, so it has more suspension travel. Also, it has a longer threaded part, so I can also raise the car a lot more than it is right now. This is what my height looks like right now. Can fit about one finger here, but then as soon as I turn the wheels, hitting this, even though I trimmed it a lot, and I still don't even have the bumper on, so I definitely need to raise the car, and it will definitely grant a lot more clearance. And then now with this new part, it will not only get clearance, but it'll also have more suspension travel, which is even greater. Let's go ahead and open one of these just to see what we're dealing with over here. So this right here is a coilover core pretty much. So it's a base of everything. So this threaded part right here is where the spring is gonna go on, and also the lower mount. Then over here, then this part goes to upper hat, and then the plate. Before I can take the current coilovers off, I need to raise the car. So let's get the jack and get this thing in the air. Tools that you will need for this job: 1/2-inch ratchet, 1/2-inch extension with 18-inch socket, 17-inch socket with extension, 18mm wrench, DC coilover small wrench, DC coilover large wrench. The wheels are finally off, so now I have access to the coilover. It's a good idea, since it's already installed, to go ahead and loosen these rings. That way it's a lot easier to work on after it's taken out, because then you'll probably be fighting it afterwards. Alright, the first thing I'm gonna do, use a small wrench, tap on it, and then loosen this ring. Now the whole assembly is loose. Another thing is to undo the bottom one. This one's gonna be the other way. Now everything can come apart easy. Now I'm going to undo the mounts for the knuckles. So it's this bolt right here, it's 18mm crossover bolt and nut on this side. Then you got 18mm bolt here and another one on the other side. So I'm gonna start by loosening this top nut right here. Then you will need the 18mm wrench to hold the other side. Now gotta undo this bolt right here. Hello. I am starting to take the first coilover off. Okay, sounds good. How long till you get here? Alright. Alright, bye. Well, I guess Marco's gonna come help me now. Sweet. Going back to this, now I gotta get this back bolt from here. I gotta like feel out for it because I can't even see it. Ow. I'm probably gonna have to do this one like this. Alright, both bolts are out. I forgot to say that these use like red Loctite on the bottom, so they are pretty hard to get off, especially that one was like really noisy and hard. So I'll just wiggle this off and then pull the bolt and then grab the washer wherever it landed. I got that bolt out. I gotta get that washer, but look, it comes out. Oh, there's a washer somewhere. Yes. Oh, very important. The speed sensor thing, and normally your brake line will be on this thing, but since I have an angle kit, I cannot put the line on that hook because you'll get it stuck on anything, on everything. Just pull that out of the way. There's nothing else attached to the coilover, and it's out. So now I just gotta take the top part off, which I'll show you a cool little trick that I'm gonna do for that. First, I'm gonna remove the damper adjuster. I left this like just snug, so it'll be a lot easier to work with. Just literally, I gotta unscrew this thing, and then it pulls right up. There we go. And it's gonna look like this. Now, we're gonna take a 70mm socket. And of course I can't fit this up here because it's so close with the camber stuff. Never mind my trick. Now it's 13mm to take the top hats off. I think the BC bolts are 14 and then this ones are 13 because I have the SLR upper mounts. Hold it from the bottom. Steady. Now hold these washers. And the coilover is out. This is what it looks like. I think Marco just got here. Alright, so this E36 lower mount. I have E46 shock and spring. Then I have the SLR camber caster plate. But now we're gonna upgrade this to full E36 stuff. I've got both coilovers removed just in time when Mr. Marco arrived.
Hello.
So you were just talking coilovers all day and now you get to like work with more coilovers?
I just got out of work on my little boot. At what time is it? Look at this. We're supposed to be out. We closed at 5:30. It's 11:40.
Oh, that's pretty late.
I know.
The first thing we gotta do is take these things apart and then we can measure stuff. Just like looking at stuff real quick. So Marco was telling me that my current springs are also 160mm long. And now he got me this super 200mm long springs, which give that much more stroke. And then we gotta take this off so you can like truly appreciate how much longer this new shock is, but it's a lot longer. That's about...
No, it goes like right here.
Oh, yeah. So this one ends here, this one ends all the way down here. So I have that much more travel distance now. And I'll be able to adjust the car a lot higher because right now my coilover is like right here, and then this one will be like all the way down there. So I'm gonna take the top plate off. This is a 17mm nut. And just take all the things off. Oh, there's a bump stop in there. Oh my god, it's like, look at this. Look, look how much more torque this one's gonna have.
You're gonna have all the rake, all the squat.
Yes. Well, I just moved, it was like right here. So that's how much I had thread into the actual bottom of the bracket.
That's like I want to say minimum, but it's really not. It's
no,
not
this is
minimum.
like this scary.
This is like
don't
sketchy.
do that.
Don't do that.
Check out the difference from the old spring and the new spring, and then the new shock versus the old shock. It's like
The important part here is this one. Deek.
Oh, and this for a right hand adjustment too.
True.
I'm excited about this. Finally, I'll be able to like run without rubbing my car the whole time.
Hooray!
Let's begin the new shock installation. First thing is this collar that locks the shock to the mounting bracket. So you're gonna put it pretty much backwards like this, so it has the flare part facing down. Oh wait.
Now it's time to bring it around town. Bring it around town.
Technically, you messed up
What?
because we're installing a longer spring, so you'd be easier to install the spring mount, and then the other collar from the bottom. But I mean, you can do it from the bottom top too. It's already there. Keep going.
Just put this like around there. Then the locking collar for the shock.
For the spring.
Oh, the spring, yes. That should work at BC. Look at that.
That's good. You should see the machine.
Then the spring bottom bracket. So this one is like the base, of the lower base for the spring.
Spring seat.
Spring seat. There you go. I didn't know it had that name. That's why we got Marco here. He's a pro at this.
No.
He does this every day.
I'm just a warehouse guy. I occasionally build things.
Now we measure. Wait, spring. You see these little numbers? Make sure you put them like this, that are facing the right way, so you don't read them backwards.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It's all fine. It's the same guy. Just like I'm this guy talking about a close friend of mine that I heard something funny happen. He said that's all, but it's no biggie. Oh wait, it's too long. I had to raise the camera. Now we're gonna put the top spring spring seat. Yeah. So the top spring seat has a nice bearing on it and everything. So put it like that. So now you can see I need to raise the spring a little bit. So I need to like bring it all the way over here, kind of thing. Why is it still out of frame? Just move the camera farther away. Alright. Now raise the spring a little bit. Till about right there. Now we can put the top hat. Goes like this.
With the spherical bearing.
There you go. And now this nut goes into the thing. It has this nice straight part that holds everything centered. Put it in by hand, make sure it's in straight, and then you can use one of those little low torque impact gun and tighten it. That's it. Now, my spring is still loose, so I need to like compress this part so it's all nice and snug. There you go, that's what we're looking for. Now I get to install the bottom bracket, which is the hardest part. Sometimes I can't even get this started straight. Oh my god, first try. I need to thread it in. Oh, let's see.
Nope.
Well, I mean, I also like do that now, right? Less work.
Here's the part though, where you really can't measure it like this. It's better.
Oh, it's just an approximate though.
Yeah, it's better to measure it on the car fender to center bore of your hub.
Oh, too close. I'll put it about like right there. That looks good. Marco was telling me that I need to know how to set the preload on the spring.
Yes, so you bring the bottom spring seat up with your hand as tight as possible until the spring is hard to move. It doesn't have to be perfect because there's a bearing up there, so it's going to allow it to move. And then you bring this up, the locking ring, and then you bring it to right there, right before it locks. Then you hold everything with your left hand, the bottom one and the shock, and then you have your spanner.
Hold on. Okay.
And then you grab the bigger spanner wrench and you start moving this one about 2.5 millimeters. Squeak! If you measure this spanner wrench width, thickness, it is about 2 point something.
So you do it a spanner wrench width?
Basically, go like this until the spanner wrench fits right in there.
What are you doing? You're missing the thing.
It's not easy. There's a little bit of dirt in there. Not yet. 2 hours later. There you go. Ooh, dang it.
I didn't know about that preload thing. Oh, look at that. That's perfect.
It's a little tight, so let me. There you go. Perfect. Nice and smooth.
Okay.
And then now, just bring that up and lock it in place.
Oh.
So this way, this way. That's it.
Very nice.
You don't have to go aggressive and hammer the lock in place. You'll just mess up the collar. Just nice, snug. It'll hold, believe me.
Yeah, it does. Thank you, Mr. Marco.
Yeah, let's adjust right height.
All right, so now I forgot.
What do you mean? You had it. So all you gotta do is you're gonna put it right there. Then we'll put it in the car. Go from there. Let's build the other one, then put them in the car.
Okay. Marco.
Yeah.
I think we forgot something.
Oh. This is sort of important.
Yeah, we need that. Thank you so much, Cody from BC Racing, for this awesome shocks and spring setup. Now I can finally dial in the car and it will be a lot better. I can't wait to see what it's gonna do at the track tomorrow.
No more rubbing.
Yes, no more rubbing. And special thanks to this guy right over here, Mr. Drift Happy, for specking out the right shock and springs and everything. He even stayed late at work and then was able to find the springs for me so I could install them for today and be ready for tomorrow's event. Like, I couldn't have done it without him. And then also on top of that, after work he still came over with like 1.5 feet.
A foot and a half. That was a good one. No problem. You helped me out many times, so.
Alright, now we're gonna put these things back on and see how it fits and then adjust the right height.
Let's do it. That's backwards.
Oops.
Tired, huh?
I know, it's already like almost 1. Or like 12 something. Come on, you got it. But you're still missing one.
I know. It's my time.
Is the washer on straight? With
No.
a soft part to the top?
What? There's a soft part?
It's like the little rounded part,
see
the little
it.
flat part.
It was backwards. Come on, man.
Yeah, you gotta adjust the height of those bolts.
Got them in, putting wheels back on. Already looks a lot higher.
That's a lot higher.
Look at your hand, your whole hand fits in there. When a Big Boost hands fits in your wheel well, you know you're way off the stance game. You're just losing really bad. You're in last place.
Let's go down.
It's so high!
Oh, that's a little too high.
I think so. He said it's a little too high. Oh my god.
I should have run it like
squat.
that.
Give it a little squat. Let's settle it in.
Oh my god, I'm scared like standing on that.
Deek. Wait, but you're on that side, I'm on this side. I can still see right through. Nice. Well, we got some height adjustment to do.
How much should we lower it?
Let's see if we can do it through the wheel well. So now, yeah, let's get a measurement.
So we got...
No, do it to the center of the wheel.
There. 3 1/4.
No, that's your gap. But the right way to do this is from the fender to the center of your bore.
How do you know where the center is? You're holding it like in the air.
You're supposed to have a leveler and a tool, man.
I don't have that.
I know you don't. I'm just saying that's what we have at work.
I'll just like do it from like here. This is a reference point. So that's 13 inches.
Okay.
We don't have those fancy tools over here. It's like house. This is a house.
Look at this. Adjusting your suspension through your engine bay. Who would have thought?
Oh, wait,
Look at this. So he's using a caliper to put his lower collar. How much is that? 30 millimeters?
So this is 130 right now.
So you want to put it at 100. Put the new measurement. Bring the collar up. And then all you gotta do is rotate your shock to bring the right height down.
A few minutes later, and both of my arms are like cranking up, cramping, but they're adjusted. Let's see if it's like better now. Why should be like the same?
No.
Yeah, it's not right where I want it. That's. I mean, it's gonna probably go lower.
Yeah, it definitely has to settle.
I feel like this one's like move a lot easier than the old one. So the other one seems stiffer. Is it because of the longer spring or no?
No. Yeah, on paper, no.
On paper. What about on car?
It's whatever you feel, bro. That's the thing, is everybody's different. So you might feel something, I might feel something else.
That's what she said.
Oh my god. Nice. That looks proper. That looks like a race car, like proper race car height.
Do you like my new black rivets? They're like race car rivets.
We gotta paint your fenders now. And you know what? We just gotta wrap the whole thing.
It is gonna get wrapped next week.
Let's do it.
I know. We need to.
I'm so glad we're done. I'm tired. I'm going home.
Yep.
You can finish. High five.
Oh my god. Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Marco. Go to sleep because you gotta work tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I gotta work tomorrow on this because I have to put on the new coil packs, which is gonna take me a while.
Those are gonna be nice though.
And then I gotta go to the racetrack and drift. It's gonna be a long day.
I'll be at work, but have fun.
Alright, I'll tell you about it.
Thanks.